Thanks for checking out the channel, everybody. Tobin here with you. Appreciate you guys checking us on out. If you could, subscribe. And I would also like it if you guys could subscribe over to the WQAM YouTube page. You guys can watch us every single day, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. live. Get in on the chat. If you're a YouTube watcher, if you're a Twitch watcher, whatever it may be, I appreciate your guys' support. Thank you so much. We are officially a month into Damian Lillard watch. No new movement as of today, it seems. It is another day where we are left here with nothing new, that we try and figure these things out. And I do wonder, what will get to the resolution of this, what will get us to that finish line overall. You get reports from Shams of Framework that the deal is, this was what Shams comes out with this week. And it was, I don't think anything new or earth-shattering, that the framework of a deal from Shams looks like 3 to 4 first-round picks. He said pick swap, second-round picks. Tyler Hero going to a third team, young player. You would imagine that being Jaquez or Jovic or both. Who knows? But, him saying this is not something that's crazy. It's also, by the way, not a fleece job that everybody likes to make it out to be. Everybody likes to make this out to be like there's some great asset. Like the Sixers are on the phone offering Tyrese Maxey, that, Jaylen Brown was going to be on the block for the Celtics. They think that, sending Brogdon and Robert Williams III, that should be good enough to go get Damian Lillard. But, nobody really has it. In fact, that was one of the things that was reported today by Windhorst. Windhorst was out here basically saying that they're really the only serious team that is pursuing Damian Lillard is the Miami Heat. And you have reports from Barry Jackson that are saying that, this Cronin, he's basically hiding under the table. He doesn't want to deal with Pat Riley. He doesn't want to be a big boy. That's why this whole thing where they're trying to shame Damian Lillard and trying to drum up some, some emboldened teams around the league to say, oh, we got a statement from the league here, and bet your ass if you trade for Damian Lillard, he's going to come play for you. Like, nobody can see right through this onto what it is. But, it is an interesting thing that, like, as much as it feels like the waiting game has happened, nothing really feels like it's changed. And I think really the only things that have probably changed for Heat fans are just, the emotions, the ups and the downs of all this. Probably, I'd imagine that for the Blazers fans too, that probably just want to get this over with. They probably just want, because there is I don't believe there's some magic bullet team down the road. Like, if you think of Karl Anthony Towns, thing is there and he would end up in Minnesota, fine. I mean, maybe. If you think that there was some Pelicans Ingram deal that's out there, all right. I mean, but like none of this stuff, not a fodder, not a wristband. And I'm not talking about some dopey little Ringer article where they're just throwing out hypotheticals. I'm talking about, has there been any fodder, any rumors, any smoke to anything other than the Miami Heat? No. That's why that you have all this dumb stuff that gets drummed up by, the league and Cronin, because he feels like he's been backed into a corner. He said this, as much of a weasel as he is, he has admitted, you have a one-team list. It does make things difficult. So he's lashing out, trying to make things in a position where he can get them to a place where, there'll be some other avenue for him to go to work his way to getting a better deal. The thing about it is, though, like, I don't feel like the Heat are trying to fleece the Blazers here. I do think that, like, I was wondering that at certain times, like, are the Heat really trying to, like, put the screws to the Blazers here? And I do think, like, that was a dangerous game, because I would say, like, if Pat Riley's calling up Cronin and he goes, 1 first-round pick for Damian Lillard or get bent, as we had heard, like, back in the day with the Jimmy Butler T-Wolves, where Tibbs just kept adding and wanted to get something, and Pat Riley eventually, told him to basically get your house in order, bleep off. That was like one of the rumors that was out there. But in fairness, I do believe that he denied that. But, Pat Riley also went on the record one time and told Danny to shut the bleep up and worry about his own team. So, if Pat got vulgar, I wouldn't put it past him. Either way, that's the past. I don't think that the Heat are trying to put the screws to the Blazers here. I think they're probably frustrated because the Blazers aren't picking up the phone and acting like big boys, and specifically Cronin and ownership over there, and trying to just get this down, because I think there's probably part of this that's like, oh, they don't want it to appear like Damian Lillard really took him to the woodshed and did get what he wanted, and they didn't really have any say in the negotiation. But I really feel like they could have come on just fine here. Like, the thing that's weird about it is the one thing I really just cannot figure out with Joe Cronin, I really am curious about this. Okay, maybe you feel like you didn't get a fair shake to be negotiating this because Dame only wants to go to one team. But it's not like you haven't the entire time known what would have kept him happy in Portland or known what would have, pleased him. You chose to go, you're choosing to go this route of the rebuild. Fine. I think Damian Lillard, if you would have just been honest and upfront with it publicly, probably wouldn't have made as much of a stink in it, because the pace you're moving with a public disgruntlement that is out here. Imagine if you were allowed to just work in the secrecy and privacy of nobody knowing. I mean, who knows when Damian Lillard would or if he's going to get moved. So I do think that there's a reason why Damian Lillard and his representation took this way. But the thing I just can't figure out with Cronin is, like, is he doing this because he truly doesn't feel like that he can give him a fair value, or is he doing this because he just feels like he doesn't want to look like he's been strong-armed into something? Like, that's the thing, that because he very clearly cares about his image and he cares about people like him. Why would you continue to go on the record lying, saying, we're going to do right by Dame, we're going to do right by Dame, we're going to do right by Dame, swearsies, scouts honor, we're going to do right by Dame, we're going to build around Dame, and then you do the complete opposite of that. So is it just a case that Cronin is just looking at this from the standpoint of, oh, well, it's not fair, I didn't get to do a real negotiation, I didn't get to be a real GM here? I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. But, getting back to the Heat side of things, look, from all the framework deals of the Heat, trying to move Tyler Hero and getting all the pieces in line, like, I don't think the Heat are trying to make this seem like they're fleecing the Trailblazers. And in fact, if they are trying to get, it's not like they're saying, hey, Tyler Hero, take it or leave it, because the Blazers don't want Tyler Hero. Okay, I respect it. Would you take a first-round pick? Would you take what if we could finagle that into getting multiple first-round picks? We unlock something from OKC. We can give you 4 first-round picks. If that's the case, like, dude, I genuinely, if you're getting that many picks for Damian Lillard, I genuinely don't know what the bitching is from anybody. Not anybody from the NBA media, the NBA itself, pundits. I don't really know, because what is the other team that is trying to do this, that they're trying to give up their future for a guy in Damian Lillard, who I love, I think is awesome, but on the other side of things is the age that he is and is going to make $60+ million in 4 years. So, like, what are the other teams that are out here trying to do, that are competitive with that? According to Windhorst, nothing. But if the Heat are, like, out here and Pat Riley's like, oh, no, you're going to take what you, all right, then I'd hear it out. But there hasn't been any leak of that. There hasn't been anything that said, oh, Pat Riley's saying, Tyler Hero on a first-round pick, boo-hoo, cry me a river, Joe Cronin. Now, will Pat Riley get to the point where he does want to play some hardball, and he does? I don't know. I wouldn't play that way, because I think everybody knows that the Heat are in a bit of a, I don't want to say desperate situation, but they are in a spot where, like, yeah, this is fine. They've been waiting for this. The Heat are in the spot with Dame where it's like they have been waiting for this for a while, for that elite guy to say, that's the place I want to go. That's the team I want to play with. Bam Adebayo is who I want to play with. Please send me there. And they've been waiting for that. So when the next guy is that, I don't know. I mean, like, you probably would have to wait until, like, you better bring Goran Dragic, which, by the way, I did like seeing Barry Jackson say that they had been in communications. My guy, Gogi, please put him in big. Oh. You'd probably have to bring in Goran Dragic and then wait for Luka to make a stink. Like, I don't know who the next disgruntled guy is going to be, but this is set up as much as the Heat could have wanted for fit, time of career, and just kind of perfect storm of, I don't think there's this big market of competition. So Pat Riley can't fumble the bag here either. Like, Pat Riley cannot ruin getting Damian Lillard to the Miami Heat. There is pressure on him. So I don't think he's in this spot where he's trying to really finesse the Blazers, and get them discounted and all that type of stuff. I do think that the Heat, okay, you don't like Tyler Hero. What can we give you to make you happy? Obviously, outside of the obvious of Bam and Jimmy Butler, they're not giving them up. I don't really think that there is this feeling that anybody else is untouchable. I think that they want to get the deal done. They're not going to give everybody. They're not going to give up Hero, Caleb Martin, Jovic, Jaquez, Orlando Robinson. They're not going to give up everybody. But like, what is the combination? What is the thing that unlocks everything that makes it happen? And not getting to that part, I think, is what has been frustrating Miami to this end right now. But yeah, man, it has been a trying month. It has been a trying month. I think everybody else is probably getting exhausted as much as they can from talking in circles with this. But even Woj, who people have accused Woj of carrying water for the Blazers or whatever, which I don't feel, listen, he had like a week where it seemed like that was the case. I do feel like Woj has basically kind of been on the same beat of, hey, I don't know what else you're going to get, dude. There's really, I think even Woj realizes there's nothing really else out there. And he even said that Miami's not going to bid against itself and keep upping the offer when Portland doesn't have anything that's comparable. So I do think that everybody has this understanding, where the Heat are with this, a willingness to get this done. It's just a matter of listen, is Cronin going to finally come to the table and try and make this thing happen or give anybody an idea? It'd be funny if Andy Ellisberg could actually go hide in disguise. Can he can he find Cronin anywhere? Can he go to his local coffee shop? Does Cronin like coffee? Can he meet him at a Golden Corral somewhere in Portland? Can they go to Eric Spoelstra's steakhouse? Something where they could just say, hey man, what can get this done? What will please you, Cronin, so we can put this to bed? Training camp is, let's say, 7-8 weeks away. Usually like the last Monday of September's media day. Then they head off into camp, wherever that may be. Could be in West Palm, could be in the Bahamas for all I know. I don't know. So, yeah, you don't have urgency in this month of August, but it is real. You do get to a point where, man, this has been 4 weeks. When does something new happen, or when do we have to start accepting the fact that the Heat need to figure out what they're going to? And I do think that from the Heat standpoint, again, to not say there's no pressure on the Heat, that wouldn't be true. There is some, and then they got to deal with the issue of Tyler. Is Tyler going to be on the team? Is he not? If you don't want Tyler Hero, can we do anything else to make it not Tyler Hero in the deal? And where that all lies, I don't know, but I do know that the idea that there has been no serious negotiation, especially seemingly from Portland's standpoint, is wildly frustrating.